It is that time once again. We are back. It's a brand new week, a brand new night. We are unedited, unfiltered, and we are going raw. My name is Joey.
And I'm Eric, and we're your hosts, and welcome to Raw Minds. Woo! Look what we're wearing,
Oh,
buddy. Look at this.
boom.
First merch, first of its kind. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, buddy. We're here again. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I'm excited, man.
we're growing, bro. You know, we're fucking growing. We appreciate everybody. You know, this is fucking amazing, man. This is been a fucking fun journey so far. I mean, it's deep. Some shit's deep, but I mean, it's worth it, man. And this is what we're bringing to the table, right? And helping. We're doing what we
And this is
can.
why, yeah, and this is why we're doing this, right? Is to let guys out there know that it's okay to talk about your fucking problems,
100%.
and to reach out and not bury your issues and your traumas and your stresses,
Yep.
right? So to be able to sit here with you, Eric, and and then the awesome guests that's come on the show, and you know the emails that we've received, is very, very touching, and we thank all of you. And it's also a little heartbreaking to hear what some of you guys are going through.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's why we're doing this, because we've been there. We know exactly where you're at, how you're feeling. We might have a few different stories, but the depression side and the sadness and loneliness side, we all feel that,
Yeah.
and we've all felt it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. I mean, it's just human nature. As sad as it fucking sounds, man. Everybody goes through it one way or another, or it deals with fucking mental health. And if you say that you don't have mental health issues, I mean, you're full of fucking shit. Whoa, my Scottish almost came out there. You're full of shit there. Because I mean, it's in everyday little things, man. Things it could be a small little thing, but I mean, it's still mental health, and that thing can fucking grow, man. You never know, right? So, I
Well, of course, right? So some people always look at other people like, oh, I don't need counseling.
yeah,
Like, why are you going to counseling? Like, then that just, they have to admit that they have an issue. But I tell you, if you don't go to counseling, you have bigger issues.
well, yeah, definitely,
Everybody needs it. Everybody has issues in their life. Everyone has been through something.
yeah,
And most people, push it down or in denial, and they don't try to fix that. And
yeah,
then they might feel okay today and next week and next year, and then all of a sudden in the next relationship and the next job, whatever, all that starts to come out because you've been pushing it down for so long, and then that's when it gets real bad.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we
Well,
got to be able to reach out and talk about these things as they go.
yeah,
We got to kill the egos and say, uh, and be okay to say I need help.
yeah,
So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's just not just counseling, man. I mean, people can just reach out and talk to friends, or I mean, look at us, man. People are reaching out, and we're not no fucking counselors. We're not doctors. We're just two fucking construction guys being through shit that want to help fucking other men, and not just men. I mean, there's women out there too that need help, right? And if we don't, it's not strictly men, but I mean, this is what we're based out. If someone needs help, I mean, they need help. We're here. I just want to put that out there, but
100%,
you know,
100%.
so
Anybody, like, we've had a few emails from females,
yeah,
not only just thanking us for what we're doing and giving women the men's perspective that they wouldn't normally get from their boyfriend or their husband, because they don't want to talk about it,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So women have actually reached out to us, thanking us, and also with a few issues of their own,
yep,
or how to deal with someone who's going through that time of depression and living in that dark room,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it's we're very grateful to be doing this, and again, like it means the world that we're able to give back to help people that has been through what we've been through,
Yeah.
really,
Or
so
other things too on that note, right? But on that note too, bro, I mean, let's just throw out the email address right away, man, for all these people. Go ahead and fucking shoot that shit out there for all these people.
yeah, if you guys are really struggling, we really hope that you reach out. You don't have to give your real names, if and to rodmindspodcast at gmail.com. We answer every email. If you leave your phone number, we'll call you. We check up on you. We make sure you're all right. We genuinely give a shit.
Yeah.
So please don't be afraid to reach out. And if you're someone who has been through the trenches and wants to come on the show, even, and to open up and talk about it, to share it to everybody else listening, that might help them, right? So
And
feel
yourself.
free. And yourself, of course.
Yeah.
This is even like my therapy, being able to do this, because I get to you know talk with our guests and yourself, and maybe some things I haven't talked about in a couple of years, and it comes up, and it feels good to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I agree, man. Totally agree.
but
Well,
yeah,
I
raw minds podcast gmail.com. Hit us up anytime. We will answer you at any time of the day. So,
and if you could help us out too, we got the TikTok going here. We got to get it to at least 1,000 followers so we can start going live on there and spreading the word and everything like that. So if you can hit us up on TikTok and show us some love, we'd much appreciate that. And that's raw.minds.podcast on TikTok. And yeah, we'd appreciate everything that you guys could do. And if not, then that's cool too. You know what I mean? But we're just trying to show some love here and break that stigma.
100%. Well, that being said, we have one hell of a show tonight. We have quite an extraordinary gentleman. He reached out to us about a week and a half ago on the other side of the country, and his story uh, was heartbreaking. To know that people are going through these kind of things.
Yeah.
And we have nothing but love for him. He was open to coming on the show this evening to talk about it, and hoping that someone else who's been going through what he's had to deal with might be able to help get them out of that dark room a lot faster.
Yeah.
you know so without further ado, we like to welcome Jose to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, welcome for having me.
Thank you, Jose.
Just
Trying something new there.
ah,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Jose,
no, Jose.
appreciate you,
Yeah,
man.
you of course, like,
Yeah.
your story was heartbreaking, but at the same time heartwarming to know, just from talking to you a week and a half ago, to the things that we're seeing and what you're doing since then is amazing.
Yeah.
But before we get into what you're doing now, how do you feel about kind of just breaking down a little bit of kind of your past and some of your struggles to where you are today, so that the people listening might be able to resonate and get some feedback from you.
Hmm.
well, the hardest thing was going back in the days where family members and friends don't believe stories as you're growing up. I'm in therapy still today, dealing with what I'm dealing with, and we're touching part of my life that he's going more deeper of what I've been going through for the last probably 40 years of my life, dealing with all the negativity. But you know the it just carries on from high school to current of my situation of dealing with depression, anxiety, and suicidal tendency, that it's starting to um, take over, and it's getting worse. But I'm trying to find a fight through it. I'm trying to get through it every day. But the amount of involvement with police and in my lifetime dealing with this is it has not been easy. I've tried hanging, I've tried the sleeping pills, I've tried jumping off a bridge, I've stood in front of a dark road in a foggy day hoping for a truck. But I started to realize where my problem lies on and my issues when it comes to what I've been dealing with. And I decided about maybe a year and a half ago that if I don't make these changes, I know where I'm going to end up. I know I'm going to be 6 feet under. And there's only two people in this world that I need to ensure that I'm still around. And that's what's difficult, dealing with it every day.
Man, it's it breaks my heart, brother, that that's going through you. But I mean, we're here for you. We've been talking now for about a week and a half, and I mean, we have your back, buddy. I just want you to know that before we even start and go farther in this podcast,
Well, I appreciate
we
it.
have your back. You know what I mean? And we'll fight for you. We're your soldiers, bro. I mean that. We don't want to see anything happen to you. We've got to know you only a week and a half, and you know, you're you've just inspired us as well as your change. It's a magical. And I just want to know, let you know that if you can't start, like, if you start feeling that you can't make that fight, man, me and Joey will step forward and we will fight that for you and we will help you
Oh,
and we will guide
and I
you.
appreciate it. I have your
You
number
know,
saved and everything. And, you
yeah,
know, it has been a tough road, especially what's going on now. And I'm just dealing with it
hmm
every day. Um,
yeah.
when I
And you're fucking killing it right now, buddy. You're fucking killing it. You're doing a great job. I'm fucking proud of you, man. You need to
I'm
hear that,
just
bro.
trying to do something different that I've never done.
Yeah.
I'm trying to uh, put more messages in my head about more good than bad,
hmm
and
Yeah.
I'm trying to spend my time now instead of trying to deal with all the negativity and the thoughts and everything. I'm
Yeah.
trying to do something a little bit different so I don't get distracted. I don't feel the things that I feel.
hmm
Well, you know what, and at least you're making that effort, and you're very self-aware and self-conscious of that,
Yeah.
right? So knowing that you got to start doing these things, or this will happen, that's
Well,
huge. Because a lot of the times, even in my past, when I was in that dark room and I couldn't get out of it, I couldn't think of anything else but being in that dark room.
yeah.
So for you to be able to look outside of that room and find that door crack of light, to realize that you need to do this, is a massive step,
100%.
right? And doing those little things, and we've talked about this before on the show, that's out of the ordinary in your daily routine, and anybody listening, whether you're having a hard time or not, should do this
Well,
anyways.
absolutely.
Is and when you start doing these little things, just like you said, not only does it distract you, but now it's putting you into a different direction every day that you didn't think or you even thought about going. And like we said last time, it's you might meet somebody that you would have never met if you didn't do this. And
hmm
that one person that you met could change your entire life, or the change trajectory of your life,
Well,
Yep.
right? So when you start stacking those little things, like we've always talked about, and especially the positives, you will start to filter out, just like you're
mhm.
doing, and you're starting to see it, is the negative,
Well,
right? So instead of focusing on the negative and what's wrong with me and I got this, now you're thinking like, oh, what can I do now? How do I do that? How do I achieve that? When can I start that?
well,
And now you're filtering out, the other
oh,
thoughts.
absolutely, absolutely. Like my trip to Quebec, when I went there for 2 weeks to get away from everywhere, and everybody down here, because I was so stressed, upset, angry. Um, I had a plan heading out to Quebec, so that was something that um, I was prepared, and you know, it wasn't easy to do what I did. It wasn't easy to drive almost 12 hours straight just to get to my destination because there was a plan in place. And there's only reason why I'm still here right now is just because of that one phone call I got on my way up, and we were on the phone for probably a good hour, and sharing a tear with her was hard. It was moving,
Mhm.
but the one thing she recognizes me, she says, "Dad, I know you're sick. I know you want to get better. The one thing that I want you to know is those letters that you have, I want you to give it to me because I want to come see you for Christmas." It pretty much put a something in my heart at that period of time, and putting the tears and driving, she was worried. So then we talked some more, and then she's calming me down. And then the next day I had to call her to apologize how I feel, and she goes, "You know what, Dad, that's one thing that." Sorry, I'm just a little bit emotional
No, it's
right
okay,
now,
buddy.
but like
It's
she
okay,
did
man.
Sorry,
say
buddy.
that she understands what I'm going through, but she also said, "Dad, every time you fall down, you fall up, and you recognize it, and you are trying to get the help that you need, but you got to keep fighting because I want you in my life." And that's where it started to hit me some more. And then the whole time in Quebec after that, it was just me trying to figure thing out. What do I want to do and how I want to change things, how I want to get better. And then I'm rescheduling all my appointments because my doctors, I had like 3 doctor's appointments that first week of December. And, then next thing you know, I got a phone call to tell me where I'm at. I had to, because one person had to make a phone call, and I get a call from my locals making sure I was okay because this one
Mhm.
person didn't know where I was.
Well, Jose, on that note, though, do you mind touching on like your trip, just so people know what was going on there? What was the whole
Yeah,
purpose
kind
and
of like
everything?
you mentioned that you had a plan. Like, what was,
Yeah.
what was that plan?
Well, the plan was to get to Quebec. I booked an Airbnb in a very quiet, small town, maybe less than 1,000 people, maybe 500 people. I've never been to this little town in Quebec, and I figured if I could find a nice, peaceful place, I was pretty much ready. Um, so it was very difficult for me, and then I went for drives. I
Mhm.
found a place, a peaceful waterfall. I've got pictures and all that, and a peaceful everything. It was just like my serenity, and I didn't know this place existed until I actually show up because I do love waterfalls and stuff like that. And I just stood on top of the bridge and just looked down, and I was probably there for a while just thinking, what am I doing? What do I need to do? Like, why do I want to be around and not be around? The only thing kept me going was my daughter. I had, even though it won't affect me because I've done hundreds of milligrams of sleeping pills more than once, and not one has really knocked me out. I probably had close to 6 boxes, almost 600 milligrams.
Wow.
I took it with me when I my stash, whatever meds I had left.
You took it up with you? You
Yep,
took it up to Quebec with
I
you?
took it with me because I knew what I was doing.
Mhm.
I knew I was going. The only thing I didn't know because
Was the phone call.
the phone call came in on my way to Quebec, so that put a lot of perspective of what was going on. And
Mhm.
but that was the idea of me going to Quebec to a place that I can drop my car off and hopefully nobody would find me, and they wouldn't even know what was happening or what was going on, because this was a probably 100, probably I would have to say probably just as tall as the Niagara Falls. Not as heavy water, but it was enough that you could look down and say, "Holy crap, this is high." But it was really hard not to, because my youngest was her voice was in my head saying, "Christmas, I want to see you. I want to." And that's where it really hit me even more, because I couldn't let her down, because I remember telling her and my other daughter back in 2009, when I went through my first divorce, when the ex put them in the car and I got to say goodbye. And I stated to them, no matter what, girls, no matter how hard it's going to get, daddy's going to fight, daddy's going to be there for you, and I'm not going to give up. And that kept my fight going, because I was alienated from my kids for 3 years. I didn't see them, right? So it was
Mhm.
very difficult for me
Mhm.
to deal with the more heavily depression, the suicidal tendencies. Um,
Mhm.
the worst thing that anybody could ever tell you is, these are the words that probably will never leave me, is when the ex-wife, when I was in the hospital for 3 months fighting to deal with my depression, dealing with my anxiety, this the tendencies, because I already had 3 attempts in a week from this period of time. And she finally came to the hospital and says, she finally came to the hospital and said, "I don't care if you live or die. I found a new man that's going to be a father to my daughters, and I want you out of my life."
Fuck. That's brutal, man. You know what, Jose? I can relate on a little bit, so I wanted to let you know that you're not alone. Um, when me and my kid's mother split, she ran away with my daughter for 3 months, and I didn't know where she was, and I was super depressed. I stayed in my room all the time. I kept the lights off, and I lived in my room. I didn't eat. It was just horrible. I didn't know where she was. She disappeared. It was like she was gone.
Oh,
And I ended up taking some pills,
mhm.
bottles, and I ended up in a coma for 2 days. Luckily, my friend came in and found me unconscious on my bed and called 911.
Well, when I was hospitalized in 2000 and probably 2008, with the with what was happening in my life and career and finances and everything, and when we had the crash in 2008,
Mhm,
the doctor even said to me, because I I was in really bad shape, but the doctor says to me, if I didn't, they wouldn't know if I was going to make it or not. They had my family already there, because they were told that they don't think I was going to make it. But somehow I woke up. But
thank God.
the hardest thing to accept at that time was the way that my marriage broke down. We were together for 16 years, and you know the cheating, the hardest thing I had to accept when she did leave is when she was able to clean out the bank account and left me with 69 cents to my name, and the courts didn't care.
Mm. Yeah, you know what? That's the problem a lot. Like, I mean, it's coming around now. I've heard a lot of stories, but a lot of times the courts do favor the women when it comes to kids. Anyways, I know that. I dealt with it. I've been to court many a times for my kid's mom,
Well,
and it's one sided a little bit there. Definitely, I'd say it's not all fair for the men, but
no.
it is turning around.
Well, I hope it's turning around, because it
Yeah.
took me 3 years to fight to be in my kids' lives, because they didn't
Hmm.
care about any court order. I agreed to supervise access because of my mental health, because I knew that I wanted to protect the kids as much as protect myself, and I have
Hmm.
no way in the world I would ever harm those two girls in any shape or form. And
Hmm.
when she took off with the kids to a small town up in Edmonton, Alberta, you know, it wasn't easy. Like everything was just crashing even more harder and harder. Like
Mhm.
I lost my career. I lost everything. Like talking about going from making
Mhm.
150K a year, you have a 4,000 square foot house, you had two cars, you had everything, you got everything going for. Then everything hit in 2008 in the car market, and everything felt like it was a halt. And I had so much pressure going on to me. It felt like she took the
Mhm.
easy way out and just threw me into the
Yeah.
trash, and that's how I
Did
felt.
well, did it feel like you were, like, in a box and all the walls are just closing in on you really slowly? 'Cause, like, in that sense, that's what I felt like. I felt like I just felt like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go anywhere,
I
and all these walls were just coming in, and you just feel helpless, like, 'cause you got so much going on in your head, so you're dealing with this, dealing with this, dealing with this, and it's just multiple things just coming at you, and, like, I at that time in my life, I didn't know how to, just take care of one thing at a time, right? I was just trying to do everything at one time, and it was just fucking me over.
well, it was hard because you're right. All the walls are closing in. Um,
Mhm,
where there was at that period of time, I condoned to one friend, and she lives up in Kingston, Ontario. Her name is Carla, and she kept on staying in contact with me because I didn't sleep. I was
mhm.
deprived sleep. Um,
Insomnia?
yeah, pretty much insomnia because
Mm,
I didn't sleep for close to 7 days. Like I was nonstop. I was nonstop. I couldn't put my head down, couldn't clear my head. I couldn't stop the racing thoughts, couldn't stop the suicide attempts. I couldn't stop
mhm,
everything that was happening. Couldn't fact I can't speak to my kids. I didn't sleep. I stayed up for exactly almost I would say good 7 days because on
and then
Monday
did you hallucinate? Did you start hallucinating or doing any of
I
that,
was
like,
hallucinating.
sleep
I
deprived?
pretty much had everything. I
Yeah,
was barely eating. I couldn't function. Like I was fighting to say, okay, I can go to work, which I did, but I wasn't functioning at
mhm,
work. But when I
yeah,
was finally able to sleep, my work at the time, I didn't show up, and
yeah,
they were calling my phones, and nobody was answering. And the only way anybody got to get a hold of me was the police, and I wasn't answering the door. And the only thing that
wellness check?
they had to do a wellness check, but because the door was
Mhm,
locked and I was on the couch, and I remember being on the couch in the living room at the time and hearing my front door being broken into, and
mhm,
it was the fire and police because nobody knew
yeah,
how to get a hold of my ex to get into the house or anything, right? So
and you're so tired that you're probably just sleeping right through the knocking and everything.
I was sleeping right through. I couldn't remember anything. The only thing I remember was what day was it,
Yeah,
and it was late Monday evening when they came to the house. So I must have fell asleep somewhere Sunday night, and
yeah,
I probably slept for just around 24 hours. But
yeah,
I had like no drugs, no alcohol in me, but I was just overexhausted because
yeah, yeah.
it was too much on
Well,
me.
you look at it mentally, probably physically, just all of the above, you know what I mean? You're dealing with so much fucking shit, it's coming at you, you know?
Well, that's the
So
thing. It
definitely,
was coming like me at a circle, front, left, right, center,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it was just to the
closing
point
in.
that honestly, that whole week I just knew that I wanted to end it all. But I've had
Yeah,
some people call me talking to me. I just couldn't get to sleep. My problem was I was getting angry because I wouldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep.
yeah,
And that was probably
yeah,
the hardest part of dealing with everything.
mhm. Well, I know that we spoke offline a little bit about this, and it was about, you're kinda scared to try new things. Remember we
Well,
were saying. And then, it's like, well, I just wanna bring up this analogy that we talked about last time about the whole, jumping out of a plane. I just so other people can maybe understand this as well.
right.
So, like, when we were talking a little bit about that, and you said, like, it's scary, new things. You're trying to and like you said, you're posting new stuff, you're trying new things, and it's a little scary at first.
Well, it
But like
is.
I said, like pardon me? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it is scary because I don't know what tomorrow's
Yeah,
going to bring.
yeah.
We don't know.
Well, and, like, here's the thing, though. So, I'm gonna you heard this analogy already, but I'll share it with everybody
Please
else
do.
out there, is, it's like you're gonna go skydiving, and you're fucking scared, and then you start getting in your car and you start driving to, like, the place where you're gonna skydive, and you're even getting more scareder, You're like, oh fuck, I don't want to do this now. I don't want to do this. But like for like years, you're talking about I want to jump out of a plane. Now you're in this moment and you're about to jump out of the plane and you're on your way there and you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this. I'm scared. I don't want to jump out of the train or plane. And then when you get to the plane, you're going up. It's even more scarier, And then you're strapped to some fucking dude or chick, and there's nothing you can do. You're at the door and they're gonna fucking push you out the plane. So you're shitting your pants now. Like, fuck no, I don't want to do this. I'm so scared. I don't want to do this. And boom, you're out the plane.
Well,
And in 30 seconds, you're like, yes, this is awesome. What am I like? This is fucking so fun. What am I scared of? And what you're scared of is you're scared of the moment coming up to it. It's not the thing that you're doing is scary. You make this thing in your head. You make this big deal in your head. Oh, it's going to be scary. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. That's going to happen.
right.
But at the end of the day, when you actually take that leap and you do it, like, whoa, fuck, this is not scary. This is fun. It's the moment leading up to that's the scary part that people need to like. That yeah, go ahead.
No, you're absolutely correct. When I remember when I went skydiving for the first time, because I was starting to do a little bit more of thrill seeking, because you know I just wanted to bring everything my old self back, where I was being happy doing small things and do some thrills. Like I've done everything from skydiving to bungee jumping and whitewater rafting. I miss all that, but being fear is because I'm married to my issue that I have with my suicidal tendencies, that I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, because I'm more scared to be alive than actually dying, because to me, I've got so much pain inside, but I'm also want to heal at the same time. And that's the reason why I set my doctor's appointment and trying to fight to get the help that I need, because I'm tired. When people say they're tired, I'm beyond tired. I'm beyond tired emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. I am tired, and I just want all this just to go away, and I just want to feel a normal life that I once had before all the shit went down.
Well, I will say one thing, and to you, Jose, and I've heard you say this a few times since we started talking a week and a half ago,
Yep.
and you said it again, is you got to stop telling yourself you're married to that life.
Divorce that shit.
You need to, that is putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, we chatted about your social media, the offline the other day. It's the same thing. When you, like, you are your words. If you keep telling out loud, oh, I'm ugly, oh, I'm this, you're going to believe it. You're telling yourself this and you're going to stay thinking that you're this or you're that.
One,
And when you tell yourself and put it out to the universe that you're married to this, you will stay in it.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
the problem. I don't
So,
want to be, and I've said that to my doctors. I've said that to my therapist. Is the reason why I'm trying to utilize the tools that I have right now, because if I don't try, I'm going to let two girls in my life be very disappointed, and I don't want them to be disappointed of
And two
myself.
dudes too, man. Two brothers too, brother. You know what I
Well,
mean?
we all know we're just a number, and that's how I feel. I don't.
We're not a number,
well,
bro.
there, well, hold on,
Mm.
hold on, hold on. See, that's the same as saying you're married to the life. You're not
Mm-hmm.
just a number.
No.
You are somebody, you are worth it, and you are loved
And a
by a
father.
lot of people, and you are a father.
Yeah.
So, hold on, is a part of your healing journey, and you already started because you're being self aware of your thoughts and knowing that you got to do this before you start thinking like that. But saying that is in the negative. You don't,
Mm-hmm.
even when you are that down and that shitty and you have a day, because we've all had them, or if you're in it for a week, whatever, is you still have to put it out there that you're not in that space, in the sense of talk like you're the happiest, even if you're not feeling
Well,
it,
and that's
because your brain doesn't know the difference. So when you start telling the world and start saying it out loud that I'm married to this, and you're gonna stay stuck in it.
well, and
Yep.
that's the reason why I'm trying these new videos, because what I'm catching myself doing is, just because it looks like a 30-second video. It could be a minute, anywhere from 30 to a minute video. I look at my phone. I said, "Holy shit! I can't believe I've been saying this one quote
Mhm.
for 29 minutes or 27 minutes or 20 minutes or 15 minutes because I'm repeating it to get it out there the right way." And there's sometimes when I'm
Yep.
in the video, I cut myself out because I literally says, "Wow, that does make sense," or you. It's like, why?
Aloha or whatever it's called moment.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a wake up moment. Like I can read something
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm going through my material, my content that I'm trying to build, and it's like, hold on, that makes sense.
Mhm.
And now,
Mhm.
now it's starting to hit me a little bit on certain things I say or do, and to me, it's starting to feel good about it. It's starting to make me want to fight what I have, trying to fight the right way now, and trying to get the help and not denying the help. The one thing about
Yep.
mental health, and I think you guys will agree with this, and I'm dealing with it with a friend of mine right now. The difference between him and I have my resources. I'm out with the therapist every 2 weeks. I've got my family doctor every 2 weeks. I'm going to a new program starting Friday this week, um, because I want to better myself. It's
Mhm.
worth the fight. I get it, but I want to fix me as much as I want to be there for anybody else. But when I talk to a friend of mine who's totally depressed and he messages me on a daily basis, and I say to him, "Why don't you get some help? Like, let's find some resources. Let's help you."
Mhm.
And it's like, well, he's stuck. He doesn't. I want the help to fix it. He just doesn't. He just wants to have somebody just to talk to. So they're
It's scared
yeah.
is
Well,
what it is,
well,
brother, you know?
and in your situation with your friend, it's okay because he's your friend to try to be there for him. And but in his situation, from what you just said, is he's struggling with life, but he's not willing to put in the work or make changes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have you who is now, like you just said, like you are doing all the right steps, and good for you.
Mhm.
You said you're going to your therapist, you're going to your doctor, you're starting to make your own motivational quotes and videos and all these positive things. You just said that you're self-aware of knowing that you have to do something different or I'm going to feel this shitty.
Mhm.
And these are massive. So if you look at you and your friend, and I'm not saying don't be his friend because everyone
No,
needs a
one
friend,
hundred percent.
but if you stay like him, and what it sounds like, in this victim mentality, he's just going to end up bringing you back down. So look at it as you and him as both alcoholics,
Well,
and you're making these steps, and now you're going to meetings, and then he's still drinking, and you're trying to stop drinking, and then you start drinking with him again, and then you stop going to meetings, and then you're trying to go like this, and he keeps getting pulled back down. It's the same kind of thing. So when you're dealing with your own traumas and your own daily struggles, like you've been saying, and then you have someone beside you who's just complaining about life but refuses to make changes, you have to be able to
Mhm.
separate it. And I'm not saying don't be his
no,
friend because you probably
and
love,
I
you
know
know what I
exactly
mean?
what you mean because when I was speaking to my girlfriend about a week ago, and I said to her, we had like one thing I like about the girl I'm seeing it, we have a great communication. We talk about everything and everything, and
That's
one thing
good.
she says, I understand what you're going through. You were open, honest with me with everything. At least I knew what I was coming into the relationship with you, but not hiding it. And I said, I have to be honest with you for me to be honest with me. But what I said to her with this friend of mine, I was on the phone for 3 hours, and he lives in Edmonton. He lives up in just an hour and a half from Edmonton, and it was draining. Like I wanted, it was like draining trying to, and I finally hit me then too and says, man, if he's reaching out to me like this, was I like this with my friends? And I was realizing, man, and it hit me again and saying, if I can't do this anymore, I
Mhm.
can't, I don't want to feel this, and I want to move forward. like he follows me on
Mhm.
TikTok now, and then he sent me test messages like at 3-4 o'clock this morning. Say thank you, brother. That video was helpful. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And I said to him, he's got a great talent voice. I said, do your thing. Use your music. Use your voice. You got a beautiful voice. You play the guitar amazingly. Change your thoughts of doing something that makes you happy.
He needs to find his outlet.
Yeah, he has to find his out.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, and two, it's with his struggle and because of what you're struggling with, it is okay to be selfish
Mm-hmm.
to fix you. So if that means setting a boundary with your friend, like I said, be there for your friend. But if someone is going to constantly pour me, pour me, pour me, but yet they choose not to make the changes and live in that victim mentality, that's going to drag you down, right?
And
So you got to be, but as a friend, setting those boundaries as well. I'm just saying, listen, man,
but
I'm here for you. I love you, but I can't keep doing this while I'm trying to fix myself. And it's okay. And if he gets mad, that's fine. But he needs to also realize, like, man, maybe I need to fucking wake up here and start doing something because, it's kind of like he keeps doing it because you keep letting him do it.
well,
Just like
I
when you have, just like when you have kids and they act out and you never punish
right.
them, they're going to keep
Enabling.
acting out because they know they get away
Well,
with it,
that's
It's
right?
enabling.
So you're just
right, and
enabling it.
that's and
It's
that's the reason
enabling.
why I've not taken every single phone call and allow him to use his texting, so I can distance myself and reply when I'm ready to reply, and I'll take it to that next step. But my main goal is for me to get the help because I don't want the life I'm having. I don't want to end my life anymore. I don't want to feel the sadness, that being in depressed state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also said to the girlfriend just the other day, and I said, there's something I realized by doing these videos. I don't have a home. I don't have a house. That's okay. I got a roof over my head to keep me dry, warm from the environments that I have. I have a lot more than a lot of people who has a
Mm-hmm.
home. And
Yep.
the ones who are homeless, I've got more. I just came to realization that, and she has looked at me with the biggest smile and goes, I told you, you've got more than a lot of people. Because my
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing about this time of the year, which has been like this forever, is I don't have a family to celebrate Christmas with. This I don't have anything for Christmas. My Christmas is to
I
get
feel you, man.
My Christmas this year is just to get through to see my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be my Christmas gift. That's all that matters to me right
Mm-hmm.
now because that's what she wants. That's what I want to give. So,
I feel you, man. I feel you. I feel you definitely about being alone, and it sucks though, especially around this time because it's a family event time. And I feel you. But you know what? At the end of all this, you're gonna come out stronger. I mean, this is gonna be my first Christmas by myself. My daughter was with me this last Christmas with my late fiance, but she's passed away. So I'm gonna be by myself on this Christmas. And it is what it is, but at the same time, it's gonna make me stronger because then you get to learn about yourself. It's okay to be by yourself, and you need to have these moments by
mhm.
yourself, you
One,
know?
You know,
And
and most people won't be alone. They can't be alone.
yeah,
That's why they either go from relationship to relationship or whatever,
codependent,
and
man.
always hanging out, codependent, always hanging with their friends.
Yeah.
But I tell you this is 2 years ago when I was in that hole. I know you don't really know the story, but on the previous episodes, I talked about how I couldn't leave my bedroom for 5 days, and I lost 30 pounds in 6 days. Blah blah blah, and I was so down, and just trying to do these little things, just like you're doing now. And as I was coming out of that, and when you start to level up in your life coming out of that, you start losing friends around you or who you thought you were your friends, and because you're starting to elevate and they're not on that same level as you, right?
w-
Yep.
But in that also comes a stage, of severe loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll admit it because I sat here, like, I have 2 kids. I have them 3 days a week, every week. They're my whole life. But in those 4 days, I live by myself. I'm by myself. I come home from work. I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, though, when you're not all up in your head, right, it's lonely as fuck.
100.
Yep.
But in that, but I'll tell you this, and anyone like these big speakers and all these on the videos will tell you the same thing: is if you can sit alone for a month or two, 3 months, you will really truly know who you are,
Yep.
what you want, and how to attack that
Yep.
and to get to where you want to be.
100%.
Because you're not being with distractions as much as all these you want this because you're feeling alone, you want a girlfriend or friends to call you because I used to have 50 phone calls a weekend, now I maybe get
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And I had to get used to that. But in that, I wouldn't be sitting doing what I'm doing, and because of that, being alone and telling myself I need to be alone because now I'm figuring out what I need to do with my
Well,
life
I'm my own best
without
friend, buddy,
distractions.
well, that, and
and
I'm
I bet
starting to
you
And I'll
would.
tell you
realize
this,
that is, you know, being single or being alone is not the end of the world. Like, I feel calm and collected,
No.
being more content of being alone than put in any effort of wanting something more what I once had. Like, the second blow that hit me in my world is I brought this beautiful woman from Russia. We were together for, this would be our 10th, would have been our 10th year anniversary. And I always had a question in my head. I had a feeling that when she came to Canada within a year, she's going to leave me, find somebody else. And that was always the back of my head. And when it came to
Mm-hmm.
reality, the hardest thing for me to swallow, and this is where I had to learn to be alone again, is I went to work. Remember, I bought the house before she came to Canada. I filled that house up with love and joy when I was able to have my kids come visit me and to build a dream and a family with her. And then when we got into an argument and she wasn't understanding that I'm so stressed out again because when COVID hit, my career was on a halt. And when I went when the career my career reopened up when COVID, it still didn't take a month or 2 months. I'm
Yeah.
still I had to leave. I had to take a stress leave office in March of 2022. But the hardest thing I had to accept is when I came home from work that day. Remember, I paid for everything. I bought everything, not just for me, for my own kids, and to fill this house up with love and joy as the best that I can. I came home from work to an empty house. She, I understand it's just material. It didn't matter about the material. What mattered most was
Tangible objects.
there were some objects in there, like my dad's watch that he gave me 2 weeks before he
Mm-hmm.
passed away. Um,
Yeah.
when I got back into
That's not a tangible object, though, man. That's sentimental,
that's
right? That's
sentimental.
fucking bullshit. Yeah.
That's sentimental. And what I did
Yeah.
for a year, I said to myself when I went back to work in 2010, I put a picture of a Rolex watch on my office and said, okay, if I make $150,000 this year, I'm going to buy this fucking $15,000 Rolex watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me a goal to fight. And because every day I look at that, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And I believe I'm one of the best in the car business. And so I bought that watch. That was taken away. That watch taken away was just a material. I said it's just a watch. But what bothered me most is she took my kids' furniture, the bedding, the mattresses,
Oh my
my
god.
daughter's clothes, the everything that belonged to my daughter. She took it for her. That's where it
It's
killed me.
crazy.
I didn't care about her taking the TV, the fireplace, all the
Mm-hmm.
furniture. I was left with a bed, a couch, and a kitchen table and the appliances. And she took,
But your kids' stuff.
but it was my kids' stuff that I bought for my kids when they come visit me. They had something. They had
Mm-hmm.
they had iPads in the room. They had um, bedding, everything, so they can feel loved and warm. That says "Daddy loves them."
Mm-hmm.
But that was the most hardest thing I had to accept. And that's when I went on a drinking binge for a week. That's when I took the sleeping pills again. I probably went through 10 boxes of sleeping pills that week. And I went through a bottle of vodka. We're not talking about Canadian vodka, we're talking about Russian vodka because I had a collection and I had a bottle that was worth over $500. And I drank the shit out of that in less than 30 minutes.
Mhm.
Then I got arrested for no bullshit reason. And that also hit me some more. And that's when I was hospitalized twice.
Just
I
spiraling.
was just spiraling. Like she had me
Yeah.
charged for bullshit. I said to the cops, "You're telling me I'm getting charged for fucking doing nothing because she's a fucking woman. Now I got to go spend $20,000 to get a legal lawyer to fight me out of these
Mhm.
charges. It took me a year. It cost me $22,000, and she claims that I hit her. But I got out of that charge because I have the audio. It's in my phone, and I've been saving it, and I gave it to everybody. Even the fucking judge says, "I think
Mhm.
you may want to check what's going on now." He didn't touch her, so the case was dropped.
Listen to this. Listen to this, man. So, and Joey, you know this story. The the waking up to getting punched in the face. So I'm sleeping. I was dating this girl. I was sleeping, and I had work. I was sleeping at her house, and she was my girlfriend at the time. And I get woken up at 5 in the morning from her punching me in the face.
Right.
And she had some psychosis. She liked to do her powder when I would go to sleep and get all fucked up. And I woke up to her having a psychosis attack.
Mm-hmm.
She probably punched me close to 30 times. I was literally sitting on the edge of my bed trying to put my socks on, and she was just throwing haymakers. Thank God, fuck, she couldn't hit that hard. But I mean, I had my face was bruised. I had fucking a fat lip. I was cut.
Yep.
So I'm leaving. I got a Safeway bag with just my track pants in it, right? And a hoodie. And I'm walking out the door, and she comes flying down the hallway. I got the door open, and she's in midair with her fist out doing the Superman punch, hit me. I have the Safeway bag. I swung and hit her hand away, like sideways, pushed her hand away.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "You assaulted me. I'm calling the police." Not once did I lay my hand on her. I did protect myself when she was flying in the air and I hit her hand away. And I straight up, I'm telling the whole world right there. I have nothing to hide,
Right.
you know? And she's like, "I'm calling the police." I'm like, "Perfect." I go outside. I'm waiting outside, and I'm just chilling. And all of a sudden, two police cars show up. So I start walking over to them, and I'm waving at them like, "Hey, hey, hey!" Soon as they park about 20 feet away, they get out. They're like, "Are you Eric?" I'm like, "Yep." Like, "You're under arrest for battery or something." I forget
Domestic
what it was.
violence.
Assault, domestic. There you go. And they put me in handcuffs and put me in the back of the car. And I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, you guys see my face?"
It's the same.
So they're like, "Okay."
You're absolutely
Yeah, but I mean, like, read me my rights? You don't even you just come in here and fucking read my rights? You don't even know what the fuck's going on? You see my face all battered. You didn't even talk to the chick yet. I'm waving the cops down, man. You know? So they got me in handcuffs, and then they go and talk to her. She's calling them a fucking pig and this and that. Fuck you. Not one mark on her. They come back and like, did you find any marks on her? And they're like, no. He's like, she was being very belligerent and saying all this shit. And it's like, well, you're being very respectful, kind, and you being nothing but polite. Um, so if we believe her, we gotta believe you. So we're gonna charge you both. I'm like, are you fucking joking me?
yeah.
Luckily, it was bullshit. It got dropped. Like weeks later, it got dropped. I
Mhm.
knew nothing was gonna happen. I didn't do anything about it.
If I
But
could
it's just like,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, no, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, no, it's okay. It's just it was fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean?
I even said to the cop
And
when I got arrested, I said to the cops, "Do you don't want to hear my side of the story? Do you want to hear the audio? I have everything." I was protecting myself
yeah,
that day. And he goes, "No,
yeah,
we just have to charge you domestic violence. You have to hire a lawyer now. We
yeah,
have to. We're here on the protection of the law. We get it, what you're saying,
yeah,
but we have to
yeah,
charge you with domestic violence. I've never been handcuffed, never been. arrested, never been in jail. So all his experience hit me some more. But
Mhm.
the audio that was given to the courts, and the reason why the case was dropped, was a plain fact that you could hear the audio, her hit me, and me saying to her, "Don't you ever hit me again, because I don't want to make this matters worse." And her reply was, "What are you going to do? You think the police is going to believe you, and you think this little Russian girl is they're going to believe who?" I can play the audio.
Mhm.
That was played in
That's
court,
great.
and her lawyer,
Mhm.
the Crown, was like, even the judge says you may want now to rethink the case because they were trying to get 10 years for me. 10 years jail time. 10
That's
fucking
ridiculous.
years. And did I
But
lay
then there's a fucking pedophile going out and he'll get a couple years. Like, that's fucking
Yeah.
retarded, man. Our system's stupid. You know, it's the whole thing's fucked. The whole thing's fucked, man.
Well, that's the reason why family law is a fucking money grab.
Yeah.
But, that's another story too, because she's after me for $500,000. If I don't have $500,000 and she wants $5,000 a month for the house that I paid for, that she's only lived with me for just over a year, 11 to 13 months exactly. And she's also seeking $2,300 in spousal support, total of $7,300 a month. And I've said to my lawyer, and this is the reason why everybody's on edge with
Well,
me. Everybody's on edge.
yeah. No kidding,
I
man.
said to my
Holy
lawyer,
fuck.
if I'm going to lose in March 1st, and I've said this to my local police station, I've said this to my therapist, I've said it to my doctor, I'm striving to stay alive and better myself right now. But if I'm going to lose in family law, 63.9% of men commit suicide because of family law. I'm going to be that next person because she doesn't
No,
deserve
you're not.
shit.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I have the letter.
No. Now you're just talking stupid,
Oh,
bro.
then hold
No,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no,
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 no, no, no.
no, no, no.
Because you know what's going to happen? Not only does she win, but the butterfly effect and the ripple effect to that choice that you would make would destroy the
Mhm.
people that love you the most
Well, the
forever.
only time,
And you will hold on, and you will put that burden on other people as well. Now, I'm gonna say, so I in this time that you've been talking about your story and the police and everything, I happened to catch something that was quite positive in that
what's
story.
that?
Now, you talked about that Rolex watch when you were making 150 grand, or if you made 150 grand, that you were going to buy this watch, and you had a picture of that watch, and you basically manifested and you shot for that goal, right?
That's what I did.
And you did, and you
I
got the
got the
watch.
watch. Not anymore. She took it, but I don't have it.
Well,
But
that regardless,
you got it.
it's regardless. The point is you strive for something, you set a goal, and you hammered it.
Yes.
Because most people I know don't make 150 grand a year for one. You shot out to make that and to buy, and that was the thing for you was a watch. And everyone has their thing. I love watches. That's awesome. And that goal, you hit it. Now, take that and that hard work that you put in to hit that goal and put that into changing your life.
Fuck yes.
Because if you can do that, you can flip your life right around.
Well, that's the reason why I'm
Cut.
making these small changes every single day because I don't want it to
Well,
happen.
Jose,
But
let
I'm
me tell you
scared to
this.
happen.
Let me tell you this,
Go
man.
ahead.
You know a boxer, right? A boxer
Yep.
in the ring, box.
Yep.
Yeah. A boxer before a fight doesn't tell himself, "I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose." A boxer tells himself, or a UFC fighter, or any type of fighter, "I'm gonna go in there and fucking knock that guy's block off. I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of them, and I'm gonna win. He's not gonna beat me. I'm gonna win." A boxer doesn't go in the ring like, "Oh my god, this guy's gonna kick my ass. Fuck." I'm just like, "Oh, what am I gonna do?" No, he goes in there like, "I'm gonna kick your fucking ass."
Now you sound
You
like
know, he
Paul
sets
Logan.
the mindset. Well, it's true though. It sets the mindset, man. You
100%.
know, if you go into that ring and you're like, I'm gonna get my ass kicked, you're gonna get your fucking ass kicked. But if you go in that ring and you say, I'm gonna kick some ass, more than likely you're gonna kick some ass. Unless the guy's fucking more skilled than you, then it's a little bit different, right? Or gets a lucky shot.
No,
But then say you know.
no, you're 100% correct, and I get that. That's the reason why I want. If you looked at one of my new videos today that I put together, it was about mindset,
Mm-hmm.
right? I can't change my mindset. Will not change my shitty situation. Hold on, I have it here. It's on my iPad because I.
No worries. What I say is, don't stress over the shit that you can't control.
And we've all done it, and I've done it for years.
Me too.
And once you realize that you really don't have control, your life is so much easier when you just let it go. And you said it because I watch your videos now
Mm-hmm.
about letting them go. It's also about letting
Yeah,
things go.
here it is, right here.
If you have no control, then let
Right.
it go.
This is the one that I just posted today when you just mentioned mindset. I'll just read it out here. Here's the thing about mindset. A mindset will not change the shitty situation you're in. A positive mindset changes you, which change your ability to deal with your shitty situation that you're in.
100%. Yep.
I'm writing these things down
That's
because
correct.
I believe in it. You guys gave me inspiration from the first time we talked, and I remember the phone call, take the shit down, change this, change that. When I what you guys didn't know, there was another TikTok that I created years ago, maybe like a year and a half ago. I deleted that thing down faster than anything else. I think I did it the other day because I didn't realize I still had it. But I also took a lot of negativity off my current TikTok channel,
We see that.
and because I want the positive, I don't want the negative
Yeah.
anymore. I've got to close the doors on my negative,
Fuck yeah, you
and I
do.
have to open the door.
Yeah.
It's like when someone tells me no, I don't read it as a no more because I read it as a no means next opportunity,
Fuck yes.
right?
Bingo.
So
Yeah.
Or new
new options,
options.
new
Yeah.
opportunity, absolutely. Like when I'm trying to find a place, I had so many doors closed on me. A buddy of mine called me and goes, Natalie, I really sorry that you couldn't stay at my place for a short period of time because the wife didn't want to feel comfortable. I said, you know what? I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to respect that your wife said no because that gave me the opportunity to be where I'm at today, which is in this place that I'm renting just because I've got a trailer that is my serenity. So these are the things I want to move forward. And this is what I've said to my therapist. I'm tired of my life. I'm tired of feeling negativity. I'm tired that I'm putting myself in a block that it goes in a tunnel that goes into
Mm-hmm.
become a hurricane that all it does is go in circles, goes in circles.
Mm-hmm.
So more I do these videos is actually giving me the opportunity to trying to change who I am as an individual now. Because if I didn't do that, and if I didn't speak with you guys, I don't think, honestly, I don't think I would have done these videos without your encouragement.
Just, but we're happy that we do this for you, man. Like this is what we're trying to bring to the table to everybody, and help. And like, just this, like you sent me a text today, you know, about helping people in your neighborhood, and it's a ripple effect, and that's what we want to do, man. We want to help you, and then you maybe pass that knowledge on, and so on, you know. And that's how you change the fucking world, man. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to change the world. I knew there was a bigger purpose in my life, and I think I found it right now, you know. And that's how you change the world. You change one person. So you throw a stone in the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
That stone hits the water and look at the ripples, and it affects everything around it. And that's what we're trying to do, you know. And we're starting with you today. Like we're starting with you, brother, you know what I mean? And you already, with that text, you said that you want to pass that along to other people in your neighborhood, your town. And that's huge, man. That's amazing. And you pushing that out there too, helping other men, it's amazing because it's not happening right now.
No,
People, we don't help each other. We need to.
what's funny is when I was hospitalized, I was on a form 3. It was not a form 1, form. I was on a form 3 where I couldn't be released for 2 weeks. No,
Hmm.
no phones, nothing. I was just had a gown, 3 meals a day. And I won't forget the longest 2 weeks. I felt like I was in jail, but they had no choice but putting me in there.
Hmm.
So those are the choices I don't want to make anymore. And if I can help myself a little bit more.
Fuck yeah.
And the one thing, it's sad, and I know happens in Canada. This is my argument with my local hospital here, who claims they're there for mental health and helping people. They have said more no to me because they said, "Okay, we're going to get you the help that you need." Because I applied for MAID, believe it or not. But what they stated to me is they said, "Okay, we have a program that's available to you. We just got a couple of questions." And I said, "Okay, do you have any criminal charges?" I said, "No, I was charged, but I was dropped. I don't have any criminal charges. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I drink socially. That's about it." "Oh, that's unfortunate." I go, "Why?" "If you had a criminal charge or a drug abuse, you would have this program. Because you don't
Holy
have
fuck.
because you don't have that program, because you don't have a criminal charge, and you're not a drug addict, you're not a alcoholic, I got denied." So my argument went back to them and said, "Okay, so what happened to this millions of dollars that we fundraise through Bell Canada and other sources for
Hmm.
our mental health? How come I can't access those funds to help me save my life?" And they said, "Well,
It's
it's
the
sick.
government's fucked. It
It is
is.
sick."
We spoke. I think I brought this up on one of our episodes before. Early in my 20s, my buddy, I think he was 22, 23, I think, something like that. Early 20s, anyways, and he was in the hospital because he was asking for help because he was having suicidal tendencies, and they kept him there for about 2 nights, I think, 3 nights,
Right.
something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then just let him go. And then he would try to go back again, and they were just letting they didn't really help him, and we don't have that help, and he ended up putting a zap strap around his neck
Well,
and taking his life.
my other argument with the hospital says, "Listen, you for putting me on a form 1 and a form 3, what the form 1 but is 72 hours, and a form 3 you're there
Mhm,
for 2 weeks." Here in Ontario, I'm not sure about any other provinces. I didn't know about a form 3 until I was put on it. Do you think I got any help? Do you think I had the doctor come sit with me and says to trying to get me to the root of the problem? All they did was they put
mhm,
3 meals at the door, put some meds in me, put a camera on me so I wouldn't hang myself. So my argument in
mhm,
that meeting with the my local hospital, so you put me in here for 2 weeks. What help did I get? All I got was you protected me from me trying to end my life.
mhm,
What help did I get by sleeping on the floor on a 4-inch mattress with a blanket that has a hospital blanket and give me a breakfast that gives me a little breakfast, a little lunch, and a little meal?
mhm.
What help did you guys give me in that 2 weeks period? What help?
It's sickening. I know exactly what you're
It's
talking about.
bullshit.
My buddy was he wasn't allowed to leave he was in the mental ward for, I think, a week, I believe. And the
Hmm.
same thing. He would just walk around all day, he told me. He'd
Yeah,
just do circles in the whole place. There's no programs or anything like that. They just that was it. Just he would walk around and then go to his room. He'd play cards with some people.
yeah,
He's like it was like a old folks home, but for like the mentally insane.
100%.
That's what he said.
That's what it was like here in the hospital here in the town I live in.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. There isn't no help. The Mental Health Act, in my belief, is when you really need it. it's not there for you. They talk about for mental health, men and women. It's for both, but however,
Yeah.
there is none. There,
Well, that's why we're bringing this to the table, me and Joey, right? We see this. Joey, you struggled. I've struggled. Everybody fucking struggles.
every
You know.
I was in a psych ward.
I
I
was in
know.
a psych ward back in 2009 for 3 months. All I got was
Mhm.
here's your meds, here's your food, and you go to a program for about an hour, 2 hours of the day, like half hour here, half hour there. That wasn't helping. Nothing
Mhm.
helped when in the last 2 years being hospitalized 4 or 5 was it 5 times for suicide attempts from since 2001 June of
Mhm.
2000 2 of 2021. There is no help. Then I realized there's a hospital that we have here in Ontario, and there's two of them. I applied for every program to get in this program. It's $25,000 to get in. And they said, well, if you don't have $25,000, we can't help you. I
That's
talked to my
crazy.
insurance company. I tried everything. And I'm like, fuck.
Well, did you find that when you're doing your magic? Because I know, like offline, we talked. You're big into illusions and magic. Do you find that that was your escape?
The magic is my escape. It
Yeah.
is something that I can literally enjoy and pull off and put things together that it's unheard of. I'll give an
Mhm.
example. One of my illusions that I've written down, and I got the mechanics, I got everything for it.
Don't ruin it, man. Don't
I'm
ruin
not gonna
it.
give you the
Just
secret, but
okay.
I'll tell you what the illusion is.
Okay.
Okay. Think
Yeah.
of 4 apparatus in a square with lights on top. We're talking about on pavement. I go to the audience, grab 20 people. Out of the 20 people, I get them to surround let's use a 1965 Mustang. Okay. And those 20 people are going to be handcuffed. And being handcuffed to protect the illusion, all those 20 people are going to be handcuffed and blindfolded.
To each other or to
No,
themselves?
wrist to wrist.
Okay.
Okay. So you can't break the chain.
So it's a circle around
Cir-
this Mustang, you said?
Yeah, it's a circle around the 65 Mustang.
Okay.
Okay. You blindfold every individual. I put a rope in all four corners of the apparatus of the stage. Then I drop the curtains on the back, left, right, and front. I have a timer so the camera can record it so everybody will know that there is no cut, no stoppage, no nothing.
Continuous.
So it's a continuous filming. I look
Mhm.
at the camera. I said, okay, I'm going to go into the curtain and I'm going to yell down a count of 5. The curtain's going to drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curtains drop. Now you see a 2023 Mustang in the middle between these
In
two,
blue?
in blue, yellow, red, in the place of the 65. So the car disappears, I disappear, and then everybody's going to go, ah. And then behind, then I reappear with that 65 Mustang behind the audience and drive it towards,
That's fucking dope.
and drive that towards the 2023 Mustang.
Okay, so when that's out, me and Joey are sitting front row.
No, when you pull in front of camera, we're flying out to watch it.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely,
that's,
buddy.
I said to the girlfriend,
You can handcuff me, be one of the guys that handcuff around the car.
Yeah.
I'll I'll help you out. I'll help you out.
I probably need people to help me handcuff people.
Yeah, we'll be that. We'll be your we'll dress all sexy for
I've
you
been working
and
on that
make it
I've been
all
working on that for now about 4 years. I came up with the idea,
good
I've
for
been
you, man.
watching it, so I broke it down. That's just one of the
Cool.
ideas I have. I have an escape um, illusion. I've got another one that I said to the girlfriend, and she goes, "What other do you have?" I'll give you another example. I have a stage that it's going to have me and an assistant. I'm going to put a truck on the left of the stage, a truck on the right of the stage with a door frame, like a metal door frame. I go to the truck to the left. Truck number 1 will probably be to the audience, my right, audience left. My assistant will tie my hands or arms and feet on that frame. And then she goes to number 2 to show everybody that door frame is empty, like there's nothing there. Closes it, comes to me, closes it. She's on the center stage. She's on her center stage. The 2 trucks are going to move left to right, straight, very slowly, but enough to separate the truck from the stage. She puts her apron in front of her. She goes over her head, comes down. She disappears. She jumps to truck 1, and I'll be in truck number 2.
Crazy. When you were over by 1, so you do the switch while she jumps over there.
Yeah, and as the trucks move.
Yeah. So when you do perform these in Vegas, man, don't forget about us little guys.
That's the reason
But
why.
You know, and listening to all that, Jose, because that's awesome. You know, and you just said that was your escape.
Magic is my escape.
Now,
and use that, man.
well, there's something positive, huge, because I love magic. I love watching it. I wish I
Yeah.
could do magic. I can't, but watching it is badass. I love it. But for you, who knows how to do it, that is something, an outlet for you to work on every day. It keeps you in that positive mindset. So like you said, trying different things, trying different magic
Right.
tricks, trying whatever it is, all these different
Well,
things.
that's the whole thing. That's the reason
When
why some of these tricks I've come up with, learn and how to do it is how should I say it? It's different, but everybody else doesn't understand. So for me, it's very enjoyable to do magic and card tricks and illusions. And I said to the girlfriend that what I want to start doing for the New Year's, I've got a lot of magic props at my trailer. I want to start doing some videos in public now, which I've never done in the past. Well, I did a couple. I posted one
as
video.
you should.
Yeah. You got a couple there. Well, on the card ones. Here, I got one for you.
Go ahead.
And I don't want you stealing this. Okay, you can't use this one in Vegas.
Oh, that one.
I fucked it up. But anyways, on this magic note, me and Joey, we know that your passion is magic. So on behalf of Raw Minds, we do want to get you some magic stuff,
I
like an
appreciate
advanced
that.
kit or something. So maybe offline after everything, if there's something one of those that you wanted, we would love to get you a Christmas gift and show you that we care about you and just support this journey. And then also we have something else that Joey, you want to go with that? The hoodie there?
Yeah, I also have a
Oh,
clothing
do you?
line outside of this podcast,
Okay.
Yep.
and I'll definitely throw in some gear for you as well. It's called Iron Menace,
Wow.
and it's online, ironmenace.com. You can check it out. But I'll throw in some of my own gear as well as we'll make you a couple Raw Minds uh, hoodies and whatnot for you as well. Because you know what, like we said earlier, man, you reaching out, you opening up, realizing you need things that you need to fix.
Mm-hmm.
You've come on this show tonight for all these people to hear, and that says so much about you and what you're trying to do, and the fact that you're willing to try.
Right.
You know, you're starting to do these different changes. You know, we just helped you, just give you a push on what, because we've been there, but you're the one doing the work.
Right.
Yep.
Be proud of yourself. Just do me one
What's
favor,
that?
please, because we're gonna talk to you all the time. We're gonna touch base all the time, and one day we're gonna hang out. But never again say you are just a number and that you are married to this life.
100%.
Do me that favor, because you said it yourself in one of the videos you just did. It's about your
Mm-hmm.
mindset. Because you change your mindset, you change your life.
Say
You
it
start
right now,
changing the
man.
way
It's in my mindset.
you
I
start
made that
changing.
video, and that's what I'm, which
Hold on. I
Well,
want to
you
hear
made
you
that
say it,
video.
man.
What's
I want
that?
to hear you say
Say
it.
what?
That you are not married to that shit and you're divorcing that fucking shit right now.
I'm going to divorce it.
I want to hear it. No, I'm not. I'm going to. No,
You're
no,
going
no, no, no,
to.
no, no.
You are.
You are.
I ain't going to. I will. How's that?
No, you.
I will.
No, you just did. How about that?
Yeah.
We are the divorce attorneys,
Yes.
and we just signed off on it because you are officially divorced from ever saying that again, because that is not your life, and it will never be your life
Okay.
again.
100%.
And we will make sure of it, and we will talk to you, and we will check up on you. We will fly and see you one day. You're going to come over here for Christmas one day, and we're all going to share a meal.
Now, can I show you?
So you just keep doing what.
No,
what's
go
up?
ahead. Listen, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go
I was
ahead.
going to
It's
show
all
you a
good.
trick tonight.
Let's do it.
Okay. I got a prediction over here that you guys haven't seen. Here's my calculator. It's at 0. So,
Yep.
Joey, I need you to give me the year that you were born.
1982.
So, 1982, right? Do you want to subtract it, division, multiplication? Pick one of the 4.
Divide.
Divide? Okay. What year were you born?
1984.
1984. Now, division, multiplication, subtract, or addition?
Let's go subtract.
Subtract. Okay.
Oh no, you said that, Joey. Right?
No,
Oh,
he said
don't
division.
worry.
No, I said
Now,
divide.
Joey,
Okay, let's
give
do it.
me a 5-digit number, any random 5-digit number.
5-digit number? 1927
1927 0. Is that it there? Okay.
Yep.
Now, do you want me division, multiplication, or plus?
Multiply.
Perfect. You can give me any number that you want me to put into the calculator, no more than a 7-digit number, anywhere from a 2 to a 7-digit number.
4484.
4484.
It's my birthday.
There you go. Let me just get out of my computer. We're going to hit equals. What number is that?
3,458,760.
There's your prediction.
Holy fuck.
That's awesome,
What
buddy.
the fuck? That's fucking insane.
Well done,
Crazy.
sir. Well done.
Very
I'm
well
impressed.
done.
Listen,
I love it.
This is the reason why magic is a lifesaver for me. So I'm going to try to, as I said to the girlfriend, something I'm going to pursue sooner or later. So
Mhm.
I'm going
Good
to
for
start.
you, man.
Well, I'll tell you this, Jose. You know, as we're wrapping up here, you know, even in your darkest days, you have way more to live for than you probably think.
Yeah.
You know, you have kids. You just said your magic is your outlet. You have people like myself and Eric that genuinely give a shit about you and everybody else that's listening. So you just do what you're doing and you stay at it. You know, you promote those videos. You do the different things in your life. You know, each day, every day is not
Right.
easy, but every day can get that much better. And you got to try as hard as you can to stay on that path because you are worth it. You are not a number, and people care.
Well, that's the reason why it's a fight every day to achieve to wake up the next day and knowing that this is going to be a new day to a new beginning for tomorrow. I've said to many people, your past is your past. It cannot be changed. That's your history. Your future hasn't
Mhm.
started. But what you do today will dictate your destiny.
100%, buddy. 100%.
Only you can write your story, right? You're writing a new
It's like
book. You're writing a
Right.
new
It's like the
book.
old saying is we come into this world without a book, we're going to leave the world without a book. It's what you do in the middle.
Yeah.
100%. But you stick on. You just keep at what you're doing, buddy. Because even in that week and a half when we just first met, man, And like I said, we follow you on social
Crazy.
media. Is a huge difference. So
Yeah.
if you can do that in a week and a half,
Yeah.
look what you can do in 6 months. And just like you, when you set that goal to get that watch, you're gonna set that goal to change your
Yeah.
life.
And that's what it's all matters.
And we will be there every step of the way to cheer you on.
100%. We've been there every day,
So,
brother.
and on that note, though, I want to say thank you
Yeah.
because it means the world that you came on tonight to share your stories.
100%.
And for the people listening, it was an honor to have you.
Yeah.
And the fact that you reached out speaks volumes.
Yeah, man.
It's okay to be selfish. You have to take care of yourself first.
Yep.
Put out the positive as much as you can into the universe. Get rid of the negative. Don't negative talk yourself.
Hmm.
And 6 months from now, you're gonna look back and be like, "Man, I've never felt this is fucking Jose 2.0 right here."
Well,
Yeah, buddy.
I'm just waiting for December 26th
So,
to change that name.
well, that's on the side, but right now, this is we're like Eric said, man, we're your soldiers and the people that are listening.
Appreciate it.
Hmm.
Means a lot.
We all your soldiers. So I want to thank you, Jose. It
Hmm.
means the world, man. And we will keep in touch. We will touch base daily. We'll get your address later after the show or tomorrow. We'll come together, me and Eric, and figure out something nice to do for you and for Christmas.
Appreciate it.
And so, Jose, thank you,
No,
man.
thank you
I
for having
appreciate
me
it.
on, and thank you for being there.
Well, Jose, I think if I don't know much about the magic sets and what you need and what you want, so if you want to pick one out, man, and you send it to us, I mean, we'll take care of that,
All
no
right.
problem.
Well,
I honestly, we want to do this for you because the magic inspires you to be better and keep on pushing. And you know what, man? To be honest, you inspire me and Joey. This is what we do. This is why we do this. You know, and this is unbelievable for us. Like, this is huge. This is what we want. This is what we're doing this for. Is to
mhm.
helping people. Like, buddy, we you don't know us in a hole in the ground a week and a half ago. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And look at us. Like, look at you, where you came from. Like, we genuinely care.
I have.
And it's not just you. We
You
care
know,
about everybody. Like, we want to show all our listeners are like, we're here. We want to help. If you need some outlet or like whatever we can do, like, I feel this is my calling, man. I want to help other people, other men out there. This is what I want to do. I, I can bear weight and I can help. Like, ah, I just want to help
Well,
mankind.
you're helping. You two guys are helping out a lot, and I appreciate it. The mindset that I have right now, where I was 2 weeks ago, I don't think it's the same. I'm just glad that I have a little bit of a resource that I can talk to outside my doctors and everything, because sometimes I do need that one person I can reach out to and just talk without worrying about being
Yeah.
judgmental. And I appreciate you guys being there from day one. I appreciate what you guys are doing. Appreciate what you guys are going to achieve with this. A lot of people talking about doing
Thank
what
you.
you do, but you guys seem like you guys have a great passion. You guys have understanding. The talks that we had off camera and everything. You guys are, to me, you guys are a miracle, and you guys don't know it. So I want to say thank you personally.
wow,
Wow. I,
thank you,
thanks, man.
man. You know what? I'm gonna say one last thing real quick, Jose. I'll be honest because that's what the show's about is to be able to talk, man. I've had a real couple shitty weeks. I'm struggling a little.
Mhm.
I've had certain things happen to me, and I can't shake it. And we have those days. Everyone does. It's normal. But coming into tonight, and after just sitting with you two, talking to you guys, and you, Jose, like I needed this. So you don't know what you've done for me after mentally with my struggles for the last few weeks, and that all just changed by talking to you. So you are my blessing this month. So thank you.
Well, and this is the blessing. Then this is probably something that we can look back in 10 years from now and have a beer.
100%, brother.
We'll fly your ass out here, man. We're having Thanksgiving
All
dinner
right, you
together.
let me know when you just send out the invitation. I'll get out there.
Perfect.
All right. Well,
Okay, buddy. Thanks again,
you're welcome.
Jose. And you guys listening out there, thank you so much for tuning in once again. It is always our pleasure. Please hit us up, rawmindspodcast@gmail.com. You guys are struggling. You need to talk to somebody.
1 second.
Me and Eric are there
Put me on.
always. And if you guys want to even come on the show, share your stories and just let the world know that it's okay, that you're not alone. And we all struggle. We all got issues. We all need help. And that's what we're doing this for. And that's why we're here. So I will see you all next week. Same time. Joey's out.
And I just want to say too, Jose, thank you so much, man. It was a blessing. You know, like I said, you inspired us. Uh, I'm fucking speechless, really. Just wow. Thank you. Well, everybody, thank you again for listening. We appreciate it. You need help. I mean, like I said, we're not a doctor. We're not fucking psychiatrists. We're two construction guys that take our hard hats off when we come home and just want to fucking change the world one person at a time. So, on that note, our email address is rawmindspodcast@gmail.com. Reach out. Even if you want to just say hi, feel free. We love that. And our TikTok once again is raw.minds.podcast, and that's on TikTok. Help us get to 1,000 followers so we can get live and get that message out there. Well, anyways, that's it. That's all. Let's get the fuck out of here and wait for the next one, I guess. On that note, be good or be good at it. Take it easy. Bye.